Hi guys, and welcome to 123 My IT's video on the unboxing and first look of Microsoft's latest laptop, the Surface Book. The Surface Book is Microsoft's first laptop, and it has a stunning 13.5 inch PixelSense touchscreen display. The next thing that you'll notice about the Surface Book is that the screen detaches from the keyboard and it becomes a tablet. The Surface Book comes in quite a few different configurations. The model that we're looking at today will have 128GB of disk space and has the Intel Core i5 CPU with the 8GB of RAM, and that retails for $1,499. But as you go up and in size of storage capacity, so 256 with the i5 8GB is $1,699. 256 Intel Core i5 8GB of RAM with the NVIDIA GPU is $1,899. 256GB of storage with the Intel i7 processor, which is the faster one, plus the NVIDIA GPU is $2,099. 512GB of space with the Core i7 CPU, 16GB of RAM, and the NVIDIA GPU is $2,699. And the last and most expensive model is a 1TB hard disk capacity with Intel Core i7 processor, 16GB of RAM, and the NVIDIA chipset. So the NVIDIA chipset should allow you to play some games. I haven't tested these on these models here. I've only had the privilege of getting my hands on this one here, which is the cheapest model. So I'm not sure whether this, I'm pretty sure this model here and this model here won't support games as well as the ones with the graphics with the NVIDIA chipset. And if we scroll down and we click on tech specs, that will take us down and we'll have a quick look at what we can expect hardware wise. So software is Windows 10 Pro, Office 30-day trial. Casing is magnesium color silver. We'll go over all this in the unboxing as well. There's the laptop dimensions here, so how heavy it is, solid state drive, the screen, so the PixelSense display, up to 12 hours of video playback, 6th gen Intel Core i5 or i7. The graphics for the non-GPU is the Intel HD graphics, and for the GPU it's the NVIDIA graphics, which I mentioned just previously. Memory, so you've only got the option of 8GB or 16GB. Wireless, comes with the ports there, which we'll go over in the video, and 1 year limited warranty. Okay guys, so let's get to the unboxing and we'll open this up and see what you can expect to get when you purchase the Surface Book. We pop it down like that, and there's a little clip at the front, little sticker which we're just going to peel off like so, and then the box just opens up like that, nice and neat, very cool, very nice box. And there we go, we've got the Microsoft Surface Book there. Laptop first, tablet second, and there's a little lip here which we can just turn it over, pop it off. Off comes the plastic, set that aside, and there we go. Pop that over there for a second and we'll have a look what we can expect in the rest of the box. So the pen, the familiar pen, very similar to the Surface Pro 4 pen, if not the same. And I've got a little pouch here with the Microsoft Surface Book, some instructions, shows you a little bit about the button which you use to release the keyboard from the monitor or the display, and just how to set up the pen, instructions, and looks like some more warranty information there as well. And a little pouch on the side here, pulls out. Power cord and Australian adapter on it. Obviously if you're in the US you'll have a US adapter. Pops in there, and something that's really cool with the power brick power cord is the inclusion of a USB port there on the power board, so you can just charge directly from the power cable. Let's get it charged up. So let's have a look at where the power plug is on the side here. So if we have a look on the right hand side, we've got our power plug which we'd use to charge the device. Clips in like that, and let's see if we can press the button here which allows the screen to come off. No, it doesn't. So it actually needs to be turned on for you to detach the screen from the keyboard. Can't see where you can actually plug the power cable into the monitor at this stage, or the screen at this stage, so probably the power plug is under here somewhere, and we'll have a closer look at that in a second. Let's open it up and we'll get it charged up, and we'll have a closer look at the hardware when it's fully charged. Okay guys, so we've got it plugged in there now, and we're going to go ahead and power on the laptop. So interestingly enough, the power button isn't on the keyboard of the laptop. It's actually at the top of the screen there. So here we go. We've got our pen here, and we're going to go ahead and try and set up the pen. So it says press and hold the top button for 5 seconds. Okay, so you can see we've got the light on it on the pen there. And it says setting up your device. Then it says your device is connected, pairing was successful. Okay. Try these features later. Single click is to OneNote, double click is to screenshot, and click and hold is to activate Cortana. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Let's go next. Alright, set up your Wi-Fi. Okay, so we've just got some more setup here. So it says who owns this PC? I own it. And then next. Okay, it says make it yours. So you can put in your email or phone. I'm going to go skip this step down the bottom. And I'm going to put in who is going to use this PC. 1, 2, 3, my IT. And let's just hit next. See if it'll let us go through. Okay guys, so there it is, all started up. There's the Microsoft Surface Book. Okay guys, so one of the first things that you'll notice about the Surface Book is that to actually detach the screen from the keyboard, there's actually a little button on here which you can press to detach it. But when I've tried to do that, it actually says tablet battery is low, which means the battery inside the tablet part of the laptop here. So if we press it again, tablet battery is low, please charge the battery now and try detaching later. So basically it gives you a little warning saying that if we detach this, essentially the tablet part or the screen is going to turn off because it doesn't have enough power, and it actually won't let you detach it until there's enough power in the screen itself. So that might be kind of annoying if you're trying to, you wanted to use the tablet part but then you have to wait for it to be charged. So that's something to kind of highlight in the video here. Okay guys, so if we take a look at the right hand side of the Surface Book here, you'll see that the Surface Book has a few ports at the bottom there. The first one is the Surface Connect power port, which we just used then. So it makes a little noise when we plug it in and take it out to let us know whether the laptop's charging or not. Beside that, we've got the mini display port. Up the top, we've got a grill which allows all the heat to come out of the display of the Surface Book, and we've got our headphone jack. Also, the chassis is made out of magnesium and it's a silver color. Okay, and if we take a look at the front of the laptop, you can see the grill continues around the top of the laptop. There's a little lip there where you can open it up with your fingers. You can get your fingers in the lip there to open the display from the keyboard. Then we have our volume up and down buttons, and we have our power button across the top there. As you can see, it's quite a thin laptop when looking at it. Very nice shape and seems to be very well designed. On the left hand side there, we've got our magnetic attachment which attaches our pen to the side, pen or pencil to the side of the display of the laptop. You can see the grill, heat grill, keeps going all the way around the top of the display. Then we've got our full-size SD card reader and 2 USB 3 ports. So I guess we should talk about this hinge. So the hinge is what Microsoft call a Fulcrum Hinge, and they invented it so that when you fold back the screen, it actually goes further and further back. The hinge kind of rolls out and it allows greater support of the screen, which is quite, heavy for a screen. So if you keep going all the way back, that's as far back as the laptop display will actually go. So it won't go any further than that. I'm kind of putting a little bit of pressure on it there now. But as you can see, it kind of moves back underneath the display as you open it up to give it more support. And there we go. On the back of the laptop, just the hinge there. Nothing really to see. On the back of the display at the top, we've got the rear-facing 8 megapixel camera with autofocus, which is good for 1080p video recording. And beside that, we've got the privacy light, which lights up when the camera is in use. And the next little pinhole there is the microphone port. So let's have a quick look at the keyboard. So the keyboard's very thin, as you can see from there, from that angle. The touchpad is quite good. It makes a noise which I really like, so you know that you're actually clicking on something. You can actually just double tap if you don't want to make the loud noise, and that will give you a left click. One thing that you will notice about the mouse pad is there's kind of an invisible line here, so if you press hard on that side, that will actually give you a right click. If you press hard on that side, it will give you a left click, or you can just tap anywhere on the mouse pad itself, and that will give you a left click as well. You'll probably find that sometimes you'll probably be using your pen on the screen anyway for clicking, or you'll be using the touch screen obviously for clicking. Keyboard's really nice to type things out. I found the keys quite responsive. They're quite firm and they're spaced really well, so typing was a breeze. Let's go and have a look now at the button which releases the keyboard from the tablet and see if we have any problems kind of detaching it. So makes a noise, ready to detach. You've got your green lights come on there and then off it comes. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward. And if we wanted to push it back down, just kind of let it go back on like that. You don't really need to push it or anything. So let's try it again. Detach, take it off, let the magnets do the work, pop it back on, good to go. So you can lift it up then after that. Works pretty well. Some people seem to have trouble taking it off, but from what I can see here, it actually works really well. So across the top of the display, guys, you'll see that we've got a few ports here. So starting from the left-hand side here, we've got the infrared camera. Okay, so this is used for face recognition. And next to that is the LED privacy light. So this turns on when you're using the front-facing camera. And the camera is a 5 megapixel front-facing camera. And then beside that, you've got your microphone. This is a funny view here, but I just wanted to quickly show you guys that there's also in the base or the keyboard of the Surface Book, you can also see there's a grill, a heat grill across here, which is actually pretty well hidden from view. So if we turn the laptop around real quick, you can't actually see the grill at all. It's very neatly hidden away in the keyboard hinge itself. Okay, and if we detach the keyboard from the display real quick, and we have a look under here, and then you've got some ports here which connect the keyboard back to the display, and then the hinges on either side which keep the display firmly attached to the keyboard. One thing I should let you guys know though, this is a Surface Pro keyboard. It actually won't fit. Okay, so don't expect to kind of be able to match up your Surface Pro keyboard with your display on your Surface Book if you have one. However, the pen is the same. The pen is exactly the same from the Surface Book to the Surface Pro 4. So it's exactly the same pen and works without any problems between the models. The Surface Book has a 13.5 inch pixel sense display and has an incredible resolution of 3000 by 2000. It's calibrated for true to life color with high contrast and low glare. Okay guys, so here you can see we've got the Geekbench scores for both the Surface Book and the Surface Pro 4. And as you can see, the single core on the Surface Book is 2991 and the single core on the Surface Pro 4 is 2443. So you can see here that the Surface Book beats the Surface Pro 4 quite convincingly when it comes to benchmarking the CPUs. Okay guys, and just to give you an idea of the size of the screen on the Surface Book, I'll put down the Surface Pro 4 in front of it, just to give you an idea, an indication of the size difference between the two screens. Okay guys, so we'll play a video from the 123myIT website and we'll see what the quality of the screen is like. And also, you've got on the keyboard, you've got the volume up and down buttons. It almost folds down on itself, and across the top, so the speakers, we've got the 5 as you can see, the speakers quite good. You can't see it at the moment, but the speakers, they're actually in the side here of each side of the display. So let's have a look. If we tilt the screen down, you can actually see works quite well. We turn it side to side. And it does look really quite amazing if we go to say something like a web browser and you scroll down here and we're looking at text. You can actually just double touch and the text comes up really nice. So I'm going to play the video and then I'm going to try and just detach the screen and we'll see what happens there. There we go. So it seems to keep playing the video without any problems while it's being attached. Okay guys, so let's take a look at drawing with the Surface Book pen. So it's pretty cool, it's pretty easy to use. What I have noticed is if you're drawing, let's say you have something like this and then you make a mistake, you can actually just rub it out with the other end of the pen, which is really cool. Also, if you're drawing heavily, like pushing down quite heavily on the pen, you get very thick lines like that. However, if you just touch it really lightly, you can see there that the pressure of my pen goes very lightly and even a very thin line, as you can see there, which is really cool because it actually works pretty much like a real pen. And the really cool feature is, if you want to rub stuff out, you just use the other end of the pen to rub things out, which is also very cool. Or in the paint program, you can just hit back and that will delete the last things that you did. And just taking a quick look at the difference between the pens. So this pen here is the Surface Pro 3 pen and has the 2 buttons, which can be configured to do different things or different colors within your programs. The Surface Pro 4 or the Surface Book pen just has 1 button on the side there. If you want to draw with either of these, they will work between the models. The pens can be configured, and however, you can see there that the back part of the pen doesn't rub out with the Surface Pro 3 pen. Now, I don't know whether that's because I haven't configured it properly. Probably it is that I haven't actually configured it. But another thing that you'll notice too is on the newer pens, there's much more resistance when you try to actually write something on the nib itself. Whereas the Surface Pro 3 pen just kind of flows a little bit more. There's not as much resistance and it kind of slides on, bit like sliding on plastic a little bit more with the Surface Pro 3 pen. Okay guys, so just wrapping it up on the Surface Book, it's a great laptop if you can afford it. maybe not so good for games, especially this lower model which doesn't have the NVIDIA chipset. However, if you can afford the NVIDIA chipset, I would suggest go for it because the processing power is much better on that model and you might be able to play some games on that. But if you're looking for a really good word processing machine, something to browse the web, something that has the functionality of where you can just detach the screen and it becomes, you know, a clipboard, then this is the ultimate laptop to have. It's really well designed. It's got a really nice finish, really nice keyboard layout. So it's really worth the money if you do decide to buy it. Okay guys, so that's pretty much it from me. If this was helpful, please leave a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching guys. Bye bye.